CBS News boss Bari Weiss has been drowning in criticism, mostly from the Damage Report, but from other places as well, over a long string of boneheaded moves ever since she took over CBS and tanked the channel's ratings as she tries to turn it into a Fox News that's somehow even more deferential to Donald Trump and his regime. So that's an issue, but she has a solution. She has a new move. Here's what she's gonna do. She's gonna take the least popular guy in news and just put him on air even more. In particular, put him on the one thing on CBS that's still kind of working to this point. So she is apparently opening up 60 Minutes to the news division, specifically trying to put Tony Dokoupil, the head of CBS Evening News, on the show. Even though he's not even drawing viewers to his own show, why would he be a boost to 60 Minutes, which still has an okay reputation? I don't understand it. The source of this news says this is exactly what Bari's been talking about doing, breaking down the silos at 60 Minutes and making clear that the show is no longer an island unto itself and subject to its own rules and own editorial standards. And I believe that I can translate that for you. It isn't that it has different standards and rules than CBS. It's that it has rules and standards, and she's there to destroy that. 60 Minutes, I'll remind you, is the reason Trump wants CBS to be killed. They don't like that they ran an interview with Harris. And that's why they planted this lackey of his and of his billionaire friends in charge. That's why they've been destroying CBS. And the ultimate end goal of that is killing the reputation of 60 Minutes as well. And so Tony Dokoupil's face on it will probably accomplish that as fast for 60 Minutes as it has for CBS Evening News. And by the way, the hits keep coming for old Tony. He apparently had an issue getting his visa. So even though all the media is over in China for Trump's trip, he's not in the right China because he couldn't get a visa for it. So he's not with the rest of the media broadcasting there. And by the way, we also found this out, a little bit of what I guess is kind of ancient history, still funny though. Last month, Vanity Fair reported that before Dokoupil started his anchor job, he recorded a video introducing himself to viewers. We've seen this. What we didn't know is that Weiss is just out of sight of the camera, coaching him on his lines, which included criticizing the legacy media for its reliance on academics or elites, the MAGA talking points. By the way, that introduction was widely panned. And I thought it was just because Tony Dokoupil is a horrible, no talent grifter. That I think is still relatively true, but also apparently Bari Weiss helped to make it terrible. And one CBS correspondent said he's deeply lacking in self-awareness. So Tony doesn't seem to understand what he's being used to do, in CBS. And the ultimate irony after all of this, after she gave him CBS Evening News and he killed it, she's putting him on 60 Minutes so he can kill it. He evidently wasn't even her first choice for the anchor position. She wanted Bret Baier to make it even more Fox News. She wanted Anderson Cooper. She wanted a name, and she doesn't see him as a name. A useful idiot for sure, but not a name. Yet that is the useful idiot that she has, and so she's gonna keep using him. What do you think, Jackson?
I think it's pretty evident that these people have no real interest in making their programming something that people really want to watch or something that's going to grow. They're just taking care of the moneyed interests and really doing their best to like bring the 90s back. I mean, kind of the whole, conservative, liberal, democratic establishment, in my opinion, has been trying to bring back the Bill Clinton Blue Dog Democrat days for quite some time. Because, in the 90s, things hadn't yet completely fallen off a cliff in terms of like people's economic opportunities. Like millennials were children. We had yet to really see that the world wasn't gonna support the paths that society told us to take. People were doing pretty well in the 90s compared to what they are now. So we can't bring those days back. It's not happening. The Democratic Party has to go further to the left. And the Republican Party they just don't need to be in charge of anything anytime soon. But yeah, these people are just taking care of their moneyed interests and doing their best to make people like forget the times we're in, but it's not gonna work.
I don't know, like you say the Democrats need to go more left. I read a fascinating op-ed in the Wall Street Journal earlier today, arguing the opposite. It says it's titled AOC could turn back the blue wave, radicals like her, the GOP's best hope. And
he's gonna ruin it all.
I learned a lot from it. I do need to look more into the guy who wrote it, Karl Rove. I don't know much about him, but I bet I can trust him when it comes to AOC and the Democratic Party.
Yeah. She's gonna ruin it all, man.
Anyway, yeah, I totally agree. And by the way, you referenced, the 90s being so much better. Like it is. I grew up like in the 90s and I went to college in the aughts or whatever. I never thought that we had it easy in terms of like the job market and everything, but my God, was it a better situation?
Yeah, I mean, if you really just look, people just basic affordability, gas prices, the ability to have a mortgage at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the job market actually having opportunities for you when you got out of college. I mean, obviously, like the 70s were better in terms of like union membership and stuff, and it was a decline. But that whole blue dog Democrat era, it's over. It's just over.
Right. We literally had $1 McChickens at McDonald's. It seems wild.
Yeah, man. Now they're $4.
That's insane. I know it's California. I went to McDonald's drive-thru with my daughter because she'd been really good and she likes chicken nuggets. And I know I should give it. Don't get off my back. Get off my back.
Hey man, she's a kid. We love kids love McDonald's.
Exactly, and so do I because I'm a kid. I got a 10-piece McNuggets and a small French fry, and it cost $9.50.
Oh my God,
that is madness to me.
Yeah,
$5 should be more than it costs for that.
You could go to the store and feed yourself for a couple days.
Yeah,
pretty poorly with $9. Maybe just some rice and eggs, but
anyway,
yeah man, it's what's that saying? First, slowly, then all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the economic situation we're in now. Like, people, we're gonna our generation. This is already happening, but more and more, we're gonna wake up and be like, I'm 55 and I have nothing.
If you enjoyed that, make sure that you never miss another video by subscribing. And if you want a little more, consider hitting the join button and becoming an actual member. But you're probably wondering, why the hell would I do that, John? First off, calm down. The stakes in this are very, very low. But also, when you click the join button and you become a member, you get access to bonus content that I make every week, and it's a ton of fun. You get access to tons of custom emojis and more besides that. By the way, if you join at tier 3, you even get access to a monthly member hangout with myself and other awesome people, and we always have a great time. By the way, you'll get all that going forward, but you also unlock years of the back catalog. That is literally 100 or more bonus clips, top 10 lists, debates, and more. What are you waiting for? Click the join button below. Your support powers our show, and we couldn't do it without you. Or at the very least, I wouldn't really want to try. Viewers like you keep me here. So thank you in advance for joining.